Hi, so today I'm going to go over some of the basics about foundation and cover-up. The most important thing to realize is that your face isn't just one color, just like your hair isn't just one color. So sometimes it takes using a couple of different products or two different colors in order to make it look more natural. One of the great books that I love is this one, Kevin Akun Making Faces. This is an old book, but classics, you can never go wrong. And what we're going to be talking about today is how your face has different shades and how dark areas make things look like they're going away from you, and light areas mean they're coming towards you, which in art I hear about all the time, but a lot of people don't, so we're going to really just keep talking about that as we're applying the makeup. And you can find out more about this book on my recommended reading list. So let's start with the basics, which I don't always use a primer, but I do like this primer very much. I actually have to buy it online because I can't buy it locally. It's by Color Science. It's a skin brightener, a line tamer, and it has SPF 20, which I'm crazy about SPF. Having grown up in Florida and damaged my skin incredibly and done a lot to get it, at least to this point at 40, I do anything that I can to try to protect it. So SPF in everything that I can buy. So I'm just going to apply my primer. I've already washed my face. I've used my Clarisonic brush with my face wash, rinsed it off, and already applied my moisturizer, which again has SPF. So here's the primer. And sometimes I find if I use primer every day, I can get a little bit of a breakout from it, so I just use it when I know I'm putting my makeup on in the morning, I need it to last all day, or I'm going to a special event in the evening and I definitely don't want it to move. But if I'm doing a quick, I'm getting out the door for the school run and just basically trying to look decent, I don't always use the primer because I just don't always have time for all of that. So there's the primer. Which you don't see. The other primer that I like is the Giorgio Armani. That does not have an SPF in it, but it's very smooth and I do like it. But there's lots of great primers out there. Laura Mercier, tons. So just try them, see which one you like best. L'Oreal Studio Secrets does one. I mean, everybody's doing them now, so it's not unusual. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to show you with a stick foundation because it's really hard to show you with a liquid the lines. This is a Bobbi Brown. So I'm just going to show you. So an area, for instance, that we would want to make recede, go away from us, is just below the high point of the cheekbone. So if you see that's coming out towards us, yeah, up and out. This is going in. So naturally I'm going to follow that line and go like that, yeah. So the other area that's going away from us is in here. So I'm just going to put a line there and a line there. These are going away from us. So I'm going to put a line there and a line there, and here. Okay? So that's just the basics of things that are going away from us, and maybe around the hairline there. Alright? Now, things coming towards us, I'm going to use a lighter foundation stick. This happens to be a Shu Uemura, but it's, again, just to show you the lines. So under my eyes, I want to make them come towards you, and here. So I'm going to put that, like a big section that I want to come towards you. Now, I don't want these to go as far back as they are. I want to kind of make them look a little fuller. So I'm going to sculpt it by doing that. And I'm just going to do a little highlight down the center. Not a big one because I don't want to have like a big shiny white forehead. And then some people, I have kind of a narrow nose anyway, but I'll just show you. Some people like to do just a little line down the center to make their nose look a little bit more narrow, and a little dot on the chin. Okay, so then when we blend this, I'm going to use a sponge today because I really love sponges. A lot of people like their fingers. A lot of people like brushes. Personally, with brushes, I don't know, I just think it takes a lot longer to blend, and I'm all about speed. So I'm just going to show you that after you do all of that, you don't look like such a freak. It can blend in quite natural. Now I've used pretty heavy coverage as well, so it's just to give you an example of what happens when you learn about bringing some things forward and some things back. So we've talked about light and dark and how dark things recede, go away from you. Light things come towards you. The other thing is color can affect what comes towards you and what goes away. So you've got shading, which is light and dark, and then you've got color. Now on color, warm things come towards you, like oranges, reds, yellows, things like that. And cool colors go away from you. So gray is a cool color, green, blue are cool colors, and sometimes purple is a cool color, or lavender. So when we're doing our eye makeup and different things like that, we want to think about warm and cool as well. But right now we're just going to do the basics of light and dark. So there you can see that blends in pretty good. And I always kind of blend down because you don't want to have like a mask, different color neck. Now I have, like I said, I spent a lot of time in Florida growing up in the sun and did not wear sunscreen, baked my face, and I have discoloration, a little bit here and a little bit there. The main thing that I have found for makeup-wise for that, I'll do another skincare thing on dark spots and things from sun damage. But for today, we're just going to do the makeup aspect of it. And that is two parts. One is high coverage concealer, and the second part is highlighter. One is to mask it, and the other one is to reflect the light off of it, because the both things are important. So, going into concealers that I really like, and again, I'm not going to give you colors because these are colors for my skin, and everybody's skin is different. Go and play. You know, sometimes, yeah, you do have to invest and try a color, but a lot of times you can try most things and get it right if you try enough in the store and not embarrassed to keep changing in the store before you get it right. So, the first one that I like, you can get at Sephora, Makeup Forever, full coverage. It's a nice wet concealer, so it doesn't look baked on or caked on. So it's really good for, I have kind of dry skin, so that's really nice. And then the other one that I love is Becca. And this is a little bit like the Laura Mercier Secret Camouflage in that you get two colors in the different tones that you choose. So that one's really nice. And then you can never go wrong with MAC, and they last forever. These I do put on with a brush. I've got all different size brushes because I'm crazy like that and I'm an artist and I like to have the right brush for the tool. So these are all my kind of what I call my wet brushes. And I buy them all different places. I have a selection here from Sonia Kashuk, which I get at Target when I'm in America. I've got Trish McAvoy. I've got Secret Camouflage, which came from the Laura Mercier. I've got Sonia Kashuk. It doesn't really matter. All you need to do is try the brush and like it. It doesn't have to be expensive. It just has to be for using wet. Okay, so when I'm saying wet, it's these are not the same brushes that you would use for powder or eyeshadow or anything like that. These are going to be just for your concealer or foundation, okay? So most of the time, these brushes are kind of this yellowy color, okay? So I'm trying to get the color. I think you can kind of see there. They're kind of a yellowy color compared to something that's meant for powder, which is a fluffy brush. Okay, and they're always listed, but just so you know, that's the look difference. So I'm going to take just one of my generic brushes here and pop it into some, I'm going to use the Makeup Forever one because it's a liquid, and I'm going to put it on my hand here, just a little bit of it, and then I'm going to put some highlighter. Okay, everybody does highlighter now. You can get it from any company. Just get one that you really like that blends well with your concealer, and that's going to be something to try. This one's Becca. I absolutely adore this one. And this one is the Rose Quartz. So that's the color I really like. It's a pale kind of a pinky tone, but it doesn't have any metallic flecks in it. It doesn't have, it doesn't make me look orange, which a lot of the bronzy ones kind of make me look orange. So that's why I like that one. But I used to use Benefit High Beam. I've used all kinds of ones now. So I'm just going to put that on with the brush and then dab. And then I'm going to put it on with the brush and then just dab it. Because this is very wet, if I was using one of the other products, it wouldn't be so wet and I wouldn't have to dab it. So anywhere where I have a sunspot or a blemish, or I get really red under my nose area for some reason, like really sensitive skin. So from exfoliating and touching my face, and I get red. So I'm just gonna knock some of that back, maybe a little in here. So I just kind of use whatever I've got on my brush. The other great thing is to do your upper lip, because again, this is going to be a lighter color, so it's going to make it pop and come towards you, okay? And I'm going to show you that as well with a little bit of concealer later, like a little concealer stick. Okay? Now, I use something totally different under my eyes than I do on any dark spots or blemishes, because under my eyes, two things. One, I don't want my makeup on my eyes to be cakey, and I'm not 20 anymore, so I need to be careful of makeup that sticks in the creases, and I want my eye makeup to stay put. I don't want it coming down my face. So I really like this Bobbi Brown one that's meant for, I'm just going to do a little blend in general. Okay, the Bobbi Brown, here it is. When you open it up, you've got on one side, you've got your concealer, and then you've got a setting powder, which I think is brilliant, and the setting powder does not make me look old or hang in the creases or do anything, and it's a great color. So I'm just going to use a little bit different brush for this because, like I said, I have a million brushes, so I kind of have a brush for everything. But you can use the same brush that you just used if you have any dark circles or blemishes that you needed to cover up. So I'm going to take and load my brush, and I'm just going to put that under my eye, just here, like this, right under the eye. And I have quite kind of narrow area here, so I always have to put extra right in there to kind of get rid of the dark circles a little bit in that area. I don't so much get bags under my eyes, but I kind of get really hollow in here, so try and pop that area out. So anything that you want to pop out, you make lighter. Anything you want to make go away, you make darker. I know I keep repeating that, but it's good. It's good to remember. Okay, so that's the under eye done. And now I'm going to set it with the convenient little Bobbi Brown powder that comes with it. And I just swirled it a little bit. And then again with a powder brush, not the wet brush, I'm just setting that. Which looks really nice and soft. Okay, now I'm going to put on my eyeshadow foundation. This I love, and I really do think it works. So you may not need it. You might have the kind of skin that makeup doesn't move on. I don't, so I'm going to use, there's lots of different ones. Laura Mercier does one. This is Urban Decay. There's tons. So again, just find one that you like, that's in a price range that works for you. They're all really good. I have yet to use one that didn't work. I like this one because it's got, like, you can see it's got like a little shimmery, pinky effect. So sometimes you can just use just this. And the Bobbi Brown one is really good too. And again, sometimes if you don't have time for eyeshadow and you want a really nice natural look, you can just put on a little bit of that and run out the door after your foundation and stuff. And it's quite a nice, you know, effect. I mean, come on, we're a long way from where we started already, and that's just with covering things up. Then we'll add some color